It was not so many years ago, say 22 or 3, when... Oh, heck, Ann, I can't learn that old poem.
But, Bill, you gotta learn it. You gotta recite it tomorrow night.
But I can't, I tell you. I don't even know what the old thing's all about.
That's no excuse. All right. 'Twas not so many...
Not so many years ago. You're not gonna shoot it, are you? Why not?
Don't! Don't!
'Twas not so many years ago, say 22 or 3, when zero...
Yeah, but
you're not gonna shoot him, are you? Hey, you don't do that!
I'll mind your own business.
You ought to be ashamed, you big bully!
What's a big idea hitting a puppy?
That's it, Bill. Give it to him.
Why don't you pick on somebody and hit your back?
Well, how's this? Where'd you ever learn to fight?
Come on, come on!
Poor fella. He'll be all right.
Come on, Bill. He's got his arms on. Come on. Get him, Bill. Do you give up? Are you down?
Down.
How do you like it?
I give up. You win.
Now beat it.
Good stuff. I knew we could do it. Well, we gotta get going.
Yeah,
right
Bill.
on. Let's scrap, Bill.
All
Bye.
right, Bill. Thanks.
Some scrap.
Oh, Bill, you hurt yourself.
Oh, it ain't nothing. It's just a little bump. Hey there. Gee, I wish I had a dog. Run along, fella. Go ahead. He won't bother you anymore. Hey, it's getting late. I gotta get to the store.
I'll go along and help you with your poem while you're working.
Come on.
You try it now.
'Twas not so many years ago, say 22 or 3, when zero weather or below held many a thrill for me. Then in my icy room,
Haven't you learned that poem yet, Bill?
I slept in youngster's sweet repose, and always on my form, I kept my... Aw, heck, Ann, tell me what the next word is.
Nope, I won't do it. You'll never learn it if I keep telling you all the time.
'Twas not so many years ago.
And what can I do for you today?
Well, I'm visiting the Adamses. I told my hostess I'd stop for
Oh, so you're the one. Miss Adams told me over the phone. I got everything all packed up for you.
Thank you very much.
How do you like Maryvale?
Very much. It's a very pretty little place.
Figuring on staying here long?
Oh, no. Only a day or two. Well, good day, sir.
Good day.
Then in my icy room, I slept a youngster's sweet repose. And always on my form, I kept... Oh, gee, I always get stuck there. And always on my form, I kept my...
My flannel underclothes.
I kept my flannel underclothes. Say, do you know that poem, too?
Well, I had to say it once, twice myself.
In front of people?
Right.
Bill's got to recite that poem tomorrow night.
No.
For the school contest.
And the man who wrote it is going to be there.
Honest?
And what's more, all our folks are going to be there. Not his folks, though. He hasn't got any. He's an orphan. That's why I'm helping him.
I see.
I don't think I'll be able to walk tomorrow night. And anyway, I think I'm going to have chicken pox.
You can't. You had that last year.
Well, I'd rather be sick than fall down flat in front of everybody. Besides, My stomach really does feel funny. I think I am sick.
I know all the symptoms and had them myself. You'll be all right tomorrow.
Oh, I hate poetry anyway. What good's the old stuff?
Well, you gotta speak it. That's all there is to it.
And I'll tell you, this public speaking business is mighty tiresome. Suppose we just knock off for rest and refreshment. I'll tell you all about it. How about some peanuts?
Sure, yeah.
Huh? Want some?
Sure.
All right.
Thanks.
Now you too.
Thanks.
You know, Bill, the reason you're having trouble with this thing is because you never saw and you can't picture the thing the verse tells about.
I'll say I never did. Nobody ever did. And what a name for a poem, When Father Shook the Stove. As if anybody ever saw anybody shake a stove.
And wouldn't it burn their hands awful?
Oh, no, they had shakers in those days. Besides, as I remember it, the stove wasn't very hot early in the mornings anyhow. See, it wasn't a kitchen stove. It wasn't a radiator such as we have now. It was, it was shaped something like this. See? And we called it a base burner.
A base burner?
And that's a stove? I never saw one like that before.
No, probably you never did. But I bet your father and mother did when they were your age. Yes, and perhaps the one they saw was just like the one that we had when I was a boy. Pretty cold in those mornings. Oh, it was good to be sound asleep in that big feather bed that we had. Then I was roused by sudden shock, though still to sleep I strove. I knew that it was 7 o'clock when Father shook the stove. And now that he has gone to rest in God's great slumber grove, I often think those days were best when Father shook the stove.
When Father shook the stove. I think maybe I know how you feel about that base burner.
I can almost see it, too. I hope Bill can do it as good tomorrow night.
Oh, he'll be all right. Well, I've got to be getting back. Mrs. Adams thinks
It's awful nice of you to give us the peanuts and show Bill what the poem meant.
I wish you were going to be there tomorrow night. It would kind of help somehow.
Well, lots of luck to you, Bill. Lots of luck. Goodbye, children.
So long.
So long.
Bye.
And always on my form I kept my flannel underclothes.
Well, here we are. I hope you have a good time.
How do you? How do you? Young man, how are you? Hello, little girl. How are you? How are you? Oh, good evening.
Has he come yet? Is he here?
Not yet, but I expect him any moment.
Oh.
Oh, Leona, how do you do? She's looking well.
Hello, Anne.
Hello.
There's Susie right on top.
I want a drink of water.
Water? Oh, dear me.
All right.
Okay.
Kid,
Good evening.
how are you? How do you do? Good evening, little girl. How are you?
Good evening, sir.
Welcome, my dear sir. Come right up to the platform.
Oh, thank you. I'd much prefer to sit among the audience. Besides, if you don't mind, I have a special reason.
Well, I know, but...
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Could you take care of this basket for me?
Well, yes. Come right along. We'll go right up there now. Right there. I'll see you very soon. My friends of Maryvale School, parents, teachers, and pupils, we are gathered here tonight not only to hear this benefit contest for the best rendition of one of these selected poems by a celebrated poet, but to do honor to him as he has honored us by consenting to award this prize. Maryville feels deeply gratified and extremely honored to have this important personage here with us tonight. We will now proceed with the evening's program. The first contestant will be little Miss Susie Brown, who will recite My Aunt's Bonnet.
Why, my aunt's old hat caused more dismay than 1,000 suns could shine away. She wore it high through a top-knot pin, a perfect kite for a heavy wind. And I can't relate the endless tricks that were played by fate. There are folks today who had not been born, had my aunt stayed home on that Sunday morn.
To live as gently as I can, to be, no matter where, a man. To take what comes of good or ill, and cling to faith and honor still.
I paid a dime for a package of seeds, and the clerk tossed them out with a flip.
When next you start ensnaring, and your phrases turn to blame, no more of him you censor than his business and his name. For it's likely that acquaintance would your prejudice dispel, and you'd really come to like him if you knew him very well. When you get to know a fellow and you understand his ways, and his faults won't really matter, for you'll find a lot to praise.
When Father shook the stove, 'twas not so many years ago, say 22 or 3, when zero weather or below held many a thrill for me. Then in my icy room, I slept a youngster's sweet repose. And always on my form, I kept my flannel underclothes. Then was I roused by sudden shock, though still to sleep I strove. I knew that it was 7 o'clock when Father shook the stove. I never stirred, but deeper down I dove beneath the covers when I heard my father shake the stove. Today it all comes back to me, and I can hear it still. He seemed to take a special glee in shaking with a will. He flung the noisy dampers back, then rattled steel on steel. Tell the force of his attack the building seemed to feel. Though I'd a youngster's heavy-eyed. All sleep from them he drove. It seemed to me the dead must rise when Father shook the stove. Now radiators thump and pound, and every room is warm. And modern men, new ways have found to shield us from the storm. The window panes are seldom glossed the way they used to be. The pictures left by old Jack Frost our children never see.
And now that he has gone to rest in God's great slumber grove, I often think those days were best when Father shook the stove.
Isn't he good? Yeah, he ought to get the prize.
I now take great pleasure in presenting to you the guest of the evening, guest of honor in name as well as in fact, America's best beloved poet, Mr. Edgar Guest. Mr. Guest, have you decided who will be the winner of the prize?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, judging by the applause you just given to Bill Perkins, I should say you yourselves had already decided the winner of this prize.
And now, before the awarding of the prize, Mr. Guest will read us his famous poem entitled Home.
It takes a heap of living in a house to make it whole. A heap of sun and shadow. And you sometimes have to roam before you really appreciate the things you left behind and hunger for them. Somehow with them always on your mind. Home ain't a place that gold can buy or get up in a minute. Before it's home, there's got to be a heap of living in it. Within the walls, there's got to be some babies born. And then right there, you got to bring them up to women good and men. And gradually, as time goes on, you find you wouldn't part with anything they ever used. They've grown into your heart, the old high chair, their playthings too, the little shoes they wore, you hoard. And if you could, you'd keep their thumb marks on the door. You gotta weep to make it whole. You got to sit and sigh and watch beside a loved one's bed and know that death is nigh. Even the roses round the porch must blossom year by year before they come apart to you, suggesting someone dear who used to love them long ago and trained them just to run the way they do so as they would get the early morning sun. You got to love each brick and stone from cellar up to dome. It takes a heap of living in a house to make it whole. Bill, come over here. As a reward for your oratory, I believe you're to get a book of mine. But, Bill, the real prize is here. I was going to give it to you for consolation. But I'm glad it isn't.
Gee, mister, how'd you know I always wished I had a dog?